If you are looking into buying cheap and safe FIFA coins, look no further than footcoinshop.net. They have the fastest service, an incredible loyalty reward system, and the best prices around. Use my creator code Inception when you sign up for your account and get a 5% discount with your order. Okay, guys, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of videos today. You're going to see a lot of tactic videos because a lot of these are actually from the holidays. And obviously, I was like really busy. And I only recently just got a lot of these recordings up and stuff, right? So yeah, we're gonna be talking about some formations and tactics. I'm gonna let you know my personal opinion while also posting the ones that like I really mess with, okay? Because it's very important to mention to some people. So with this formation, it's not going to be a mainstay formation for me, this 4-4-1-1. There are some formations that I would prefer to use over it, but it is a formation worth sharing because it's still very nice to use in game, okay? So this 4-4-1-1 is going to be from Div 10 Moment. As you guys know, Div 10 Moment's definitely a tactic guy that's worth following because a lot of the times he does post really nice tactics. But I will be honest, there have been some tactics that he's recently posted where I actually have no idea how people like them, right? But again, to each their own. Some people like tactics a certain way or not. This is the first video that we're doing from Div 10, but the tactic that he has for the 4-5-1 is significantly better, okay? And you'll see because of the way that the title and the thumbnail is going to be on those ones, right? But this 4-4-1-1 is set up like this, right? So your striker is untouched. Your center forward is on stay central, false 9. Your left mid and your right mid is on comeback and defense, cut inside, target player. Your center mid is going to be on cover center. That is basically your box-to-box player. And then your more defensive-oriented card is going to be on stay back while attacking cover center, while both of your fullbacks are on inverted instructions, right? So no stay back while attacking on them. Defensive style is on balanced, 30 for width, 55 for depth, slow build-up play, chance creation on balanced, 30 for width, 6 for players in the box, and then corners and free kicks. He puts personal preference because he knows that some people like to have it all the way down to 1 like me because I don't like to be counterattacked. And then obviously there's some people that will go a little bit higher. So the types of players that you're going to want to use in a formation like this, right? So a lot of the highlights that you guys are going to be seeing for this 4-4-1-1 is actually me using Lucas Podolski, right? So Lucas Podolski can actually play this false 9 stay central role really well because his shooting is really crazy, right? So whenever I do get into, you know, goal scoring opportunities with a card like that, he's going to be able to score a lot of opportunities for him. But in the stay central false 9 role, you could definitely use players like Griezmann, right? Griezmann's definitely a very good example. Neymar can play that position really well. There's a few different cards, especially with like the evolutions that exist nowadays, that you can play in those general positions. So make sure you definitely look into that when it comes to that area. The side positions, I really liked using a player like Mohamed Salah in the right mid position because he has that comeback cut inside part specifically with the target player. That makes sense, right? Because when I'm building up the play, he'll basically offer himself and then he'll have that finesse shot angle to work with, right? But you can use a lot of different sided position players and it wouldn't really be that big of a deal to use them there. For instance, if you were to go with someone like Martinelli in those areas, it'd be fine. Even if you have like a player of the month, Heung-min Son in the side positions, that would also be fine too. It really just depends on what you're really going for in those areas. The midfielders, I feel like is pretty self-explanatory. So in the medium-high work-rated area, you obviously want someone who's going to offer you a very good defensive presence. The card that we talk about all the time is obviously Tchouaméni, right? Tchouaméni is a type of card that has fantastic defensive capabilities because with that card, he has pretty much all of the play styles, right? So if we go to these versions, you know, I personally have the Radioactive Maestro version. But look, Shadow Chemistry Style, Pace Boost, Defensive Boost, he is a controlled lengthy player, but it's all the play styles that he has that makes him an absolute monster. There's new cards that exist nowadays, like Keeping Balance and stuff that gives him a nice quick step. There was also one that provided him, I believe it was with an intercept, which is this one, right? So this one would have also been a good choice to go with because on intercept, that playstyle is actually a very solid playstyle, like really good. A lot of the times, depending on the card that I'm doing it on, right, it actually is preferable to have that than jockey. I'm not even joking, right? And the intercept is definitely very helpful because it works hand in hand with your other defensive capabilities and your defensive stats, right? Like you guys can see it when I was, doing the review for Maldini. It's not just, oh, I can just reach for the ball. Your, excuse me, your defensive positioning is really important when it comes to that as well. But yeah, Chouameni is obviously a very good example of someone that you can use in that area because he'll play it really well. And then your fullbacks, I mean, guys, with your back four, your back five in general, you just want players that are as full meta as possible. Do not go for sentimental value. I will tell you guys this every single video that we do, that you do not want sentimental value in the defense. You need your players to be as full meta as possible. Even if that's a Van Dijk as a center back, Laurent Blanc as a center back, any of those types of guys, you got to do that. Your fullback area, there's actually like a few different cards you can kind of go with nowadays that would be really good in that area. Cards like Cancelo or the Evo Bombastor, Bacha, Kai Havertz, cards like those in the fullback positions would be really nice. You could technically use a Kyle Walker in a formation like this in the right back position. My problem with Kyle Walker, and it's the only problem with him, to be honest with you, is obviously the transition in attack, right? Because his dribbling is not in a fantastic area, and you do feel that when you are generally building up your play pushing forward, right? But if you use cards like Bombastor Evo's card, right? The most recent Evo card from Pep's Legacy, you got Cancelo, even Hakimi, right? Like any of those types of players are going to cook for you in these types of formations. Even the female players, right? Like Bacha. Bacha is obviously very good to use there too, because these are cards that can help you out on both the attack as well as the defense, right? So very, very important to take a look at that area as well. And then your striker, guys, you got to go with players that play the striker position really well. At this point, guys, especially with how the meta kind of plays out in this game, you got to do your absolute best to get players like Mbappe, even Eusebio's icon card. If you're going for cheaper, it would have to be like that Evo Correa card that got the 5-star weak foot, or some of these players that have recently been released, like Malin's card Evo would be really good there too. You got to get a player in the striker position that is meta. The cheaper alternative, if you have chemistry links that you can work with, is Karim Benzema. Karim Benzema as a rare gold card is absolutely fantastic this year, so he would play that position really well as well, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it for the formation, the tactics, all that good stuff. Again, be sure to thank Div 10 Moment for this custom tactic if you guys do end up enjoying it. As I mentioned earlier, it's not a mainstay formation for me personally. I've already kind of... The thing about formations with me, guys, because I'm a content creator, I'm always trying out different ones. Like, even if I find one I really like, I don't stick with it, because for content creation, it doesn't make sense for me to stick with it. It makes sense for me to switch afterwards, right? But it's not a mainstay. Even if I did play consistently on an account, it's still not a mainstay formation. His new one, however, is really good, and we are going to be looking into that one afterwards. So yeah, enjoy the highlights. Again, it's mostly with Podolski, because Podolski will play really well in a formation like this, and I'll catch you guys for the next video. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys. Okay, cool. I'll just start off hot right away. Okay. Okay. Woo! Oh, dude. That's cool. We got a nice little cheeky assist there with Podolski. That's it. Look, even though he's physical, right? Boom, boom. You work. It's just one angle, right? I just need the one angle there. Even on a white time, he scores it. There it is. I like it. I'll take that. Good stuff. Sure. That's pen. We'll take that. We'll take that. Very nice. Thank you very much, sir. But it's okay though. I gotta go for the driven pass across. You know what I'm saying, boys? Like, oh, you have to play like such a loser in this game, man. I hate that defensive line. Like, this game's garbage, man. Thank you. Oh, imagine I didn't score that. Oof.